in the process of that, completely, for the most part, in a vacuum, with the exception of one guy that heard the music as I was kind of writing it, and not even my wife, partly because it was not something I was even sure she was ready to hear yet. And so the one guy, Brent Milligan, that I was touring with and was working with at the time, out on the Michael W. tour, the United tour that I did with Michael W. And so I started playing some of these songs and said, I really want to record these, but I don't really have time to record these in the studio. I feel like it's important, if I'm going to share these songs with people, it's sooner than later. I feel like I need to share them. And so I'm going to start recording. We're going to be on tour, so will you help me record these? So we ended up carrying a little Pro Tools rig and a Macintosh laptop and some microphones just about everywhere we went, hotel rooms and dressing rooms, and sometimes lobbies of theaters. In fact, we recorded one particular piano track I think of because we were trying to set up for the concert that night. We were in the lobby and we found a halfway in tune old grand piano. And we said, let's record. And so we set up mics and we had a little makeshift recording studio, but the concessions were all trying to be set up around us. So every time somebody would roll by with a cart, we'd have to stop recording and wait for them to go by, kind of hurry along. And, you know, of course we had signs up everywhere, you know, quiet recording in process, like anybody cared. And so that was kind of the, you know, the journey of recording this record. But I sat with these guys and I said, I just want to share this with you and see what you think. And that was right before we left for China, and it was just kind of a whirlwind, but it was so clear and evident to me that it was right and only right that sort of this, what I feel like is in many ways a sacred trust that God has entrusted to my family and I, just the story and the pain and the grief of this season of life, but the hope that has been born out of it and is being born over and over again out of this, and really the journey that I think the rest of our life is going to basically be. Certainly something like this redefines your life and your purpose, and so I think we're going to get to live a journey out. It's okay if it's only a year or two for us. We're kind of ready to go see our little girl again, but however many years that is, it does feel like it's kind of a trust that God has given us to steward this story and steward this pain, but this hope in a different way.